your brand had to go on a rescue mission, what would it be? What is the one key need, desire, want, or purpose that your brand is solving for your customer, which makes it irreplaceable for them to find anybody else? 5 questions that can help organizations and individuals as they sit down to craft what their brand could look like, should look like, they want it to look like. Edelman Trust Barometer from 2021, it says that 80% of consumers that they surveyed are more likely to associate with a brand which is solving the society's problems. Maybe, I don't know, is that a feature or a benefit that you could like it? And if not, are there any other features, benefits, values, purposes, needs, or solutions that make your brand irreplaceable to the customer? What's the boldest promise that your brand can make to its stakeholders, and how are you uniquely positioned to deliver on it? Richard Branson stood for adventure, he stood for taking risks, he stood for doing things that were not expected, and that's exactly all the things that Virgin did too. And you know what that does, what a bold promise does most than anything else, is that if you do end up successfully delivering on it, your customers know at all points in time where they stand with you. They know that when you say something, you're going to make it happen. If your brand was a person, what would they be like? What is a character canvas that would encompass all aspects of your brand? What are they wearing? What are they, where did they study? Where did they grow up? What do they like? What do they not like? What food do they like? What music do they like? And it might seem like it's, how can you give a brand that kind of characteristic? But if you were to look at this video that I just created about how you can create, how to identify your customer target, it is an exercise that you would have done for your customers as well, right? You would give them as much personality as possible to understand what their likes or dislikes are. So, isn't it only logical to say, can I give as much personality to my brand so that these two can be in sync? Here's a quick story. If you know, Netflix, when it first launched, the main competitor was Blockbuster. And the idea was that people were unhappy with having to go to Blockbuster to get new DVDs or send back DVDs, and that's where Reed Hastings saw an opportunity, created Netflix, where you could sit at the comfort of your home, get a catalog, choose which DVDs you wanted, and it was a mail order thing. When he went into streaming, however, he was willing to cannibalize on his own DVD rental or DVD delivery subscription model in order to create Netflix that we know and love today. How does your brand challenge the status quo in your industry? And what risks are you willing to take to stay true to that value of your brand? The fact of the matter is, innovation and risk taking are crucial. They're important, they're critical for your brand to be able to differentiate itself. In fact, there was a study done by Accenture that found that companies that invest in both continuous innovation and disruptive innovation outperform their peers by 3.5% in revenue growth. So, something to think about. What legacy or what imprint do you want the brand to leave, both in a personal capacity and also in terms of the organization's sense of itself in years to come? This is where the other additional questions that you can ask yourself is, what is your vision? What is your mission? This is where it becomes important to ask, what is the long-term vision and mission that we have for this brand? Again, personal or the organization. And what do we want to see 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? What is the imprint that your brand should have way into the future? That's it. That's all I had for today. I would love to hear your thoughts again. And listen, if you've heard it all this now and you still haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, man. Subscribe. Let's go. Come on. Let's do this. See you.